It's time for Did You Know for Thursday, October 9th, 2025. First one is about National Depression Screening Day. Now, here's something important. Depression impacts over 300 million people worldwide. Today, free anonymous screenings are available nationwide. And here's why that matters. Early intervention can cut recovery time in half. Now, if you or someone you know is struggling, simple steps like exercise and staying connected with friends can make a real difference. The next one is about Fire Prevention Day. Now, October 9th marks the anniversary of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, a disaster that changed how we think about fire safety. Now, President Calvin Coolidge made Fire Prevention Week official back in 1925. Now, here's your reminder. Working smoke detectors cut home fire deaths by 50%. When's the last time you checked yours? I know I checked one of ours like a month or so ago because the battery needed to be changed, but I haven't checked the rest. Usually they always say when the time changes when you're supposed to check them. Anyways, next one is about International Beer and Pizza Day. Now we're talking. This celebrates one of humanity's greatest achievements, pairing pizza with beer. Now, this tradition started in Italian taverns centuries ago. It's weird, I'm just hearing about it now, but I mean, we don't really talk about it because we just do it. Fun fact, Americans eat about 23 pounds of pizza per year, and pepperoni is still the undisputed champion of toppings. Of course it is. But how much beer do we actually drink? You know, you talk about the fun fact of pizza. How much beer? I got to find out that. We need to find out. But anyways, next one is about National C60 Day. Now, back in 1985, scientists discovered carbon-60, nicknamed Buckyball, because it looked like a tiny soccer ball. Now, this discovery won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry and continues inspiring breakthroughs in nanotechnology and clean energy. The next one is National Moldy Cheese Day. Now, before you say gross, you can say gross. You can still hear me out, though. I'm saying gross already. Blue cheese and Roquefort get their flavor from penicillium, if I'm saying it correctly, mold, the same mold family that gave us penicillin, the antibiotic. That's why it was so harder to say. It shouldn't be, but because they're so close together. Now, some gourmet cheeses age for years to reach perfection. Isn't science delicious? No, it's not when it comes to moldy cheese. Next one is National Sneakers Day. Now, sneaker culture is massive. Now, we're talking a $80 billion global market. Now, the first sneakers appeared in the 1800s with quiet rubber soles, hence the name. Now, icons like Air Jordans and Chuck Taylors aren't just shoes, they're cultural statements. Now, of course, I said this in my other video. Do you call them sneakers or tennis shoes? That's a debate in our house. Because Tanisha calls them sneakers and I call them tennis shoes. I've always called them tennis shoes. It's gotten to my head. I know they're sneakers. I know that they're sneakers. I just always call them tennis shoes. Or actually, I would say I'm going to go put my shoes on, no matter what they are. But anyways, next one is Nautilus Night. Now, the Nautilus is one of nature's oldest survivors, over 400 million years old. Its perfect spiral shell inspired the Fibonacci sequence and influenced modern architecture. Fortunately, overfishing threatens these ancient creatures, so conservationists are working to protect them. Finally, the last one is World Post Day. So shout out to postal workers everywhere. The Universal Postal Union was founded in 1874, connecting over 190 countries. Now, postal workers deliver more than 300 billion items every year, keeping the world connected one letter at a time. And that's Did You Know for Thursday, October 9th, 2025. If you learned something new, hit that like button for me and drop a comment. Subscribe to stay in the loop and connect with me on social media. But until next time, this is B-Dub signing off from the Dub Zone.